Good evening and welcome back to our Theater Tuesdays. I am Yolanda E. Hanspard, the CEO and founder of Purple Pumps Productions. PUMPS, an acronym for powerful, uplifting messages, performances, and service. We're back so that we can empower, encourage, and equip you to want to step into your creative expression. This session, as we continue with our second pre-recorded session for our Theater Tuesdays, but our third session for pantomime unit. Today, we're going to look at Tableau. Do you know what Tableau acting is? We're still within a pantomime unit, acting without words, silent acting. But today, we're going to create pictures capturing a story, to tell a story. But first up, we're going to get ready to warm up with returning as our junior performers. We have Bryson and Jade.
Hi.
We're back for another good time as we explore. You ready? You ready, Bryson? Are you ready, Jade?
Yes.
All right. We know it's probably been a long day for you, so we're going to get ready to warm up. Before we begin anything else, are you ready?
Yes.
Just so you know, if you're at home, please be very careful. Having a bottle of water, a cup of water nearby will be awesome. But please don't do anything that will jeopardize your safety and health. If you have any concerns or questions, please check in with an adult or caregiver. We're going to begin with our breathing. As we inhale through our nose, we're going to exhale through our mouth. Again, inhale and exhale. I know it's been a long day, but inhale, exhale. Concentrate on being in tune with your body. Inhale and exhale. Blow it all out. All right, let's get ready to stretch up as high as we can go. Reach, grab as you're trying to reach something off top, and we're gonna slowly exhale as we come down slowly. Again, inhale and exhale, release, release, release. We're gonna do a quick stretch, right hand, arm over our body to the left, and just a gentle push, stretch. Yes. All right, same thing, other side. And release. And we're gonna continue to breathe, inhale and exhale. This time, let's get in tune with our body. So we're going to tense up our fists as tight as you can get them and then release. That is what we're going to do with our arms to our side. Okay, ready? And we're gonna tense up, hold it, and release. All right, we're gonna do it one more time. Hold and release. All right, so we're getting in contact and in touch with our bodies. We want to know what our bodies feel like to be tensed up. We want to know what our bodies feel like to be released. So we want to tap in. Is everybody doing okay? All right, now we're going to go to our different emotions, a part of our warm-up in just one moment. All right, as we continue with our warm-up, let's reflect. When we are doing pantomime acting, we're acting without words. So we're depending on our, give me one,
Hand motions.
Hand gestures and
Facial expressions.
Facial expressions and our body language to communicate and make it clear what we're feeling, what we're saying. All right? So let's tap into some of those feelings and let's concentrate on those. Afraid. Show me afraid. If you are bored, what does it look like? All right, next emotion. Horrified. Good. If you're worried, what does worried look like? Feeling loved. Frightened. Frustrated. Disappointed. Discouraged. Joyful. Shocked. Unsure. Guilty. Hurt. Jealous. Satisfied. All right, good job, Bryson and Jade. And those are just really quick ways to just tap into your feelings, your emotions, because we're gonna need those when we come back with our Tableau scenes, our freeze frames. Also, parents, students, have you noticed that a lot of these words that we will see in our vocabulary, reading, English language arts, when we are reading a book, always good to tap back into vocabulary, knowing the meaning of words and using them and how we use them. All right, next up, we're going to jump into some of the Tableau exercises and activities. You don't want to miss it. All right, so as we get into Tableau acting, what we want to concentrate on is creating a story. A complete story in the moment, but it will be frozen. So when we think about a complete story, we want to reflect on our beginning, middle, and end. When we think of plot, when we're reading a book, when we are reading a story, we want to know who, what, where. Who, the characters involved, what is the situation, where, when we think of our setting and location. So we're depending on our actors. Last week, we reflected on being more detailed and specific when we are creating stories and our characters. Those are some of the things we reflected on in our duet pantomime, that this week we want to grow and we want to be able to see improvement in those areas. So as we reflect on our Tableau acting scenes, we're going to get into it. So what you're going to see are freeze frames. And what that is, we're going to tell the story in 3 to 4 pictures. When we think of stories, beginning, middle, and end, we think of the beginning to help us understand.
Like what's going on.
Okay. Before we get to what's going on, we want to know the who. So what is that? We're going to focus on the characters. So we'll kind of be introduced to who's in the scene. And as Jade said, what is going on? So we want to get a clear picture of what is the situation? What are we dealing with here? And before the wrap up, which is our, what is it? When we get in the story, after we've told the beginning, the middle, now we're at the
end.
The end. That's reflecting on the conclusion of what happens next after dealing with the problem. We want to be sure we always have an ending. Okay, are you ready? Those are just, yes. What is the response to the entire situation and story?
Does it happen good or does it happen bad?
Yes, because we know all stories won't always end well, right?
Is it a good ending or is it a bad ending?
You ready to get into it? Yes. So first scene up will be the title.
The live stream.
Live stream. Second frame. Third frame, hold it so we can see. And hold it. Freeze. All right, good job. Okay, so as we reflect on the practice scene of, what was the title again, Jay? Live stream. As we think about the live stream, we see in the first frame, the beginning, that Jade is trying to communicate what?
That I'm recording.
She's about to record. In the second frame, as we move forward with the story, we see that Bryson comes on the scene and he disrupts.
And I'm doing in the camera and talking while she's going live.
So because this is an issue of Jade, the third frame shows that I am not happy with you. She lets him know it. And so the ending frame, as the conclusion of the story, we see
I'm pushing him off the camera.
She's very upset, and Bryson responds and shows that he's afraid. He knows the wrath of Jake. So this is just a practice scene. And so we can have room to polish and to grow and to be sure that our story is complete from beginning to end. So some of our checklist questions would be, number one, do we know our who, what, and where? Is it clear of characters, what's going on, and where they are? The second thing, we want to be sure we are communicating our pantomime skills with hand gestures, body language, and our facial expressions. Is it clear of what they are communicating through nonverbal, their nonverbal skills? Let's reflect on that. Did they do that well? Well, let's move on to another scene and see how they will do. And this scene will be
the cooking scene.
The cooking scene, the missing ingredient. And freeze. And freeze. Freeze. And freeze. All right. When we consider that scene, we see that Bryson was a chef. He was cooking up a recipe. And somewhere along the lines, when it was time to serve, as Jade came along, wasn't too good for her. He was shocked and couldn't understand because he thought this was a great recipe, only to discover at the end of the story that he had left out a main ingredient. So as we reflect on those scenes, how well did they do today? What about the details? Were they specific? Did they tell a complete story? When we're reading, we want to be sure that we're able to highlight the characters, the setting, the situation. Whatever the conflict is there a resolution? And now we're going to get ready for our reflection and cool down. All right, and as we come back, we just want to go ahead and cool down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. We're right here at the end. Stretch up and exhale as we come down. One more time. Stretch up as high as you can dare go and exhale. All right. Shoulders up, shoulders down, shoulders up, shoulders down, shoulders up, shoulders down, shoulders down. All right, turn to your right, line up your shoulder, your chin, good stretch, back to the front, center, and to your left, back center, to your right, back center. Ooh. Hope y'all feel good tonight. I sure appreciate you all. Let's go ahead and do a quick reflection. How you feeling tonight, Bryson?
Pretty good.
Okay, how did you enjoy that session? What are some of the things you feel you did well? And what are some of your challenges that you want to keep working on?
One thing I did well was not busting out and saying something because I was about to and I was trying to just hold it in, but I'm glad that I held it in.
Yes, when it comes to pantomime acting and we're used to talking, it does we have to get used to knowing that we're only focusing on bodies, our faces, our hands. And so that is a challenge. So I'm glad that you were able to stay in character tonight. And we used a few props that we wanted to bring in, an item that we can use on camera that can be part of the scene that complements the scene tonight. So that's one of the other things that we did add. Jay, how you feeling tonight? What are some of the strengths and challenges that you feel like happened tonight for you?
I feel good. I felt like one of my strengths was I was able to express myself pretty good. One of my weaknesses is that I have to get used to using less props and showing more of what's happening than showing the props of what's happening.
Okay, all right, Jade, I love that reflection. And I love the fact that these young people, these third graders are able to articulate exactly what they're learning week to week, and that they're able to grow, because we know that that is a real world lesson that is very relevant, and we want them to always be tuned into their bodies, their minds, and what their needs are and their strengths, because we are growing young people through self-confidence, through self-esteem, and just being aware of who they are. It's a wonderful thing, parents. So we hope you will join us. We hope you enjoy tonight as we take it step by step. Our objective is for our young people to step into creative expression. And as they express themselves, we want this to be a learning process for them. We want them to understand that we can learn from our mistakes. And so as we go along, we hope that you will join us after these sessions. So for more information on our sessions, you can visit us at www.purplepumpsproductions.com. All right. I am Yolanda E. Hansbard. I'm your CEO and founder. Invite a friend, share with someone. We would love to see you part of our program. So let's go ahead and kick it out so we can see you later on. All right. You all have a good time. Jade and Bryson, y'all take us out. They worked hard tonight.